Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pirates Country. We are live here in Sandusky, Ohio, the home of the Perkins Pirates. I'm Nate Mullins on the call tonight with Curtis, the Wingman Steele, and we've got Greg, the Wizard Kinn, here on the ones and twos. Bailey Mullins operating the camera here for us tonight. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Before we get you to the action here tonight, this is the sectional semifinal matchup here in Division II, the Northwest District, between the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes, the 7 seed, and the Sandusky Perkins, the 6 seed. Let's take a moment and thank our sponsors before we get you to the action here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., First National Bank of Sycamore, Buckeye IT Services, Mullins Entertainment, Plastinite 3D Printing, 5-Star Maintenance, Studio Squared, Seitz Financial Services, Feasel's Frame and Collision, Welly's Monument Company, Carmie's Barbecue and Grill, and Jeffrey Shawberry Family Dentistry. All proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Once again, we're live here in Sandusky, and I've got my wingman, Curtis Steele, on the call with me here today. How are we doing, Curtis?
I'm doing great, Nate. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, man. Well, thank you for joining us here tonight. Thanks for spending some time with us. I'm excited to be here with you on the call for this one.
Yeah, and Perkins and Columbian, they've matched up twice this season. Both have been really close games. It came down to a last-second shot here last time when Columbian was in Perkins, and Friday night we had the game in Columbian, and Perkins grew a little bit of lead near the end of the game, but I mean, it was a battle throughout. Columbian started down, they fought back, just a really intense, really rough physical game, and it was a blast to watch.
Oh, absolutely. It was a blast to cover that one as well. Now, Curtis, these two teams, very familiar with each other, but one thing I always say is it's so hard to beat a team 3 times in the same season. Tiffin Columbian has proved that themselves a couple times since I've been covering this team, as Travis Kinn at the helm for this Tornado squad has upset a couple of tournament foes after having fallen to that same foe twice in the regular season. Sandusky comes to mind specifically, Greg, as you remember a couple years ago, they upset the Blue Streaks in the tournament after having fallen to them twice in the regular season. So it's something to keep an eye on, something to keep in mind as we go through this matchup here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen it happen firsthand here, Nate.
So once again, tonight's opening tip brought to you by Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. Our timeouts are brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Stick around for the halftime show brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. And our postgame show presented by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Tonight, free throws brought to you by Buckeye IT Services. And our starting lineups brought to you by Jeffrey Shawberry Family Dentistry. A new proud sponsor with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We're just about ready to start this one. Now, Curtis, I have some keys to the game for this one, but I want your thoughts on this one. Obviously, you know what happened in the first two, but let's throw those out the window. If you just look at this matchup on paper, what do you think's going to happen tonight?
You know, I mean, we see Logan Gooding out here starting for the first time. He's been kind of getting back in the field because he had an injury earlier during the football season, but he has become a threat with his brother Brady. They've really been spreading the floor, knocking down the threes. They've been the good guard for Columbian. And for Perkins, on the other side of the ball, it's Joey Diedrich. And they know Normington Slay. He's got the height on him. I mean, this is just such an incredible matchup. When you look at football, in any other sport, there's bad blood and the competitive rivalry between these two schools. It's really going to make this a fun matchup to watch here tonight.
You're absolutely right. We are just about set for the opening tip brought to you by Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. Tiffin Columbian and Sandusky Perkins, Part 3, live here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Folks, if you're watching the broadcast, you might be dealing with some buffering issues, maybe a little bit of static here and there, stutter here and there with the camera. Bear with us here as we get through this broadcast. We will upload the full broadcast in its entirety if there's any kind of a problem with the broadcast and transmission. So once again, we're live here in Sandusky. Opening tip controlled by the Perkins Pirates. And we're underway here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins and Curtis Steele with you here. Greg Kinn on the ones and twos. Bailey Mullins on the overhead camera. Perkins controls the opening tip and we're underway. We'll go through the starting 5 here for both teams in just a moment. And all conference selections were just released. Shawberry! Zach Shawberry says, get that out of here. Brady Gooding cut off by the defense on his drive to the basket. But it looked like Mikey Young had a good look at the basket. But Shawberry with a quick recovery there.
Yeah, Shawberry leading the SBC in blocks.
Logan Gooding!
He has really been a monster in the paint there for Columbian's defense. I've seen him so many times, like time and time again, reach up, knock it out of there. They ain't got a chance.
Perkins with the possession. Weston Sturzinger pulls up from 3 points and knocks that one down. Weston Sturzinger knocks it down and ties it up at 3 apiece. As we mentioned, Logan Gooding getting the start. His first start of the season comes here in the first game of the postseason. We'll take a look at the starting lineups for Tiffin Columbian here in just a moment. But let's talk about those all-conference selections, as Tiffin Columbian had 3 of them, and they're on offense right now. And they were led by number 0, Brady Gooding, as he's the first team all-conference selection in the SBC Lake. You also have Zach Shawberry, second team all-conference, as well as Isaac Garcia, honorable mention in the all-conference in the SBC Lake. Kick under the basket, Mikey Young with a nice finish. The drive to the basket. 5-3, Sandusky on top. Now for the Perkins Pirates, they had a couple of all-conference selections themselves, as Joey Diedrich comes into town. He has the number 1 spot. First team all-conference for Joey Diedrich. And you look at the other Pirates mentioned, Brennan Kelsch, second team, an all-conference selection as well. So the senior, Brennan Kelsch, getting those honors, well-deserved.
Lots of talent.
Absolutely. Logan Gooding, Isaac Garcia. Go through the starting 5 here as Garcia drives to the basket, puts that one off the glass and in. Sturzinger nearly had that one stolen away. Bowles under the basket, got away with a travel. Mikey Young unable to finish, gets his own rebound though. Spin move, turn around, up to the shot, put it up, put it in. Mikey Young. Bryce Rogo, shot no good off the glass. Gooding with the steal. Heads up play there by Brady Gooding. Now Logan gives it back to Isaac Garcia. They're going to reset the offense. Half court set here for Tiffin Columbian. An action-packed house here. Oh, as that one's going to go off the Pirates and out of bounds. Joey Diedrich, the last to touch it. But a packed house here in Sandusky. And I'll tell you, the energy is through the roof right now.
Yeah, these student sections are bringing it tonight.
Garcia looking to inbound, gets it in. Shawberry takes it at the logo. Isaac Garcia drives it into the paint, cut off. Gives it to Gooding. Gooding drives, blocked, but a foul on the shot will earn Brady Gooding a trip to the free throw line. Brought to you by Buckeye IT Services. Foul called against Brennan Kelsch. That'll be his first. Let's go through the starting lineups for Tiffin Columbian right now. Well, actually, I'll get to that after the free throw. We'll do that. Make sure we get our sponsors in order here. But Brady Gooding knocks down the first of 2 shots from the Buckeye IT Services free throw line. Unable to convert on the second, so it's a 1-point ball game. 7-6 Perkins. As we'll take a look at the starting lineup for the Sandusky Perkins Pirates. Under the basket, Mikey Young lays it up and in. As Young gets the start, as does Weston Sturzinger. Joey Diedrich, Mikey Young. We have Tim Bowles and Brennan Kelsch. That's your starting 5 for the Sandusky Perkins Pirates. Brought to you by Dr. Jeffrey Shawberry, Family Dentistry. Starting lineups brought to you by Jeffrey Shawberry. And now for Tiffin Columbian, number 0, Brady Gooding. Number 1, Zach Shawberry. Number 2, Bryce Rogo. Number 4, Logan Gooding. And number 22, Isaac Garcia. That's your starting 5 for the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes.
You know, we talked about Joey Diedrich, but honestly, Mikey Young here, he's looking like he's going to be a big key part of the Perkins offense tonight.
He is the X factor.
What a three there from Logan Gooding.
And Gooding knocks it down, get the steal over to Brady, but he was not ready for that one. And Logan Gooding, I got to give him his just due. Gooding getting his first start of the season with 6 points here in the early going. That's exactly what Tiffin Columbian was looking for when they inserted him into the starting lineup here tonight. That instant offense. What was it Tommy call that? Carnation instant offense? Mikey Young! I'm just going to keep yamming at home, he says.
That was a nice...
Yeah, you guys just talked about him on the series before that coming down the court, and we heard his name a lot on Friday night.
Yeah. Garcia, Diedrich pokes it away right to Bryce Rogo.
Man, that was intense.
Yeah, that brought the house down. Perkins leading by 2. And Tiffin Columbian, they just got to weather the storm here, man. If they can keep this a close game, as Gooding unable to convert on that one. Diedrich drives Mikey Young under the basket, and that's going to be, they're going to say it was a foul on Columbian. Brady Gooding. Number one, Zach Shawberry. His first. But they're getting that backdoor cut with Mikey Young. He is uncovered in that backdoor cut. That's got to be an adjustment from Tiffin Columbian here as we go forward in this one.
Pirates, number 10, Mikey Young. 2 shots.
And, I mean, him with his 2 free throws here, this could be a key factor. If we look back at the game earlier in the season against Clyde, Brady Gooding with, I think, 11 free throws made. That was a heck of a night, and that's kind of what boosted them past Clyde. So free throws may be a big part of the night because it's going to be physical. There's going to be fouls, so we'll see how it leads.
Absolutely. Mikey Young, second free throw here. Got it to go. Got them both. 4-point lead for the Pirates, 13-9, 2:18 left here in the first quarter. Now let's talk keys to the game. Now for Tiffin Columbian tonight, remember who you are. As Mufasa once said, Columbian started out this season 7-2, but they've lost 10 out of their last 11. They've got to get back to who they are. They've got to find their identity, and I thought early in the season they really had something going. If they can capitalize on some opportunities here early, stay in the game, weather the storm, I think that's going to be key for Tiffin Columbian. Shawberry shot no good off the glass. And a rebound grab by Perkins.
Now, do you think with Columbian, I mean, they've been in this downward spiral lately. Do you think that gives them motivation here to make a deep playoff run?
I think it gives them motivation, absolutely. And if you listen to Brady Gooding in the postgame this past Friday night, they were ready. I mean, as soon as that game was over, they put it behind them. So they have a great mentality when it comes to this team, being able to put these losses behind them. Now, can they capitalize here?
And then
Sterzinger's shot is up and in through the contact.
I was going to say there's the other factor, Nate, that you and Tommy touched on is have both of these teams even shown each other everything that they have on Friday night?
Exactly. Brady Gooding. Tornadoes trail by 6. Gooding directing the offense here. Jack Newlove and Mitch Steffi into the game now for the Tornadoes. Bryce Rogo set to check back in. Under the basket. Steffi draws the foul. I believe that's on Sterzinger. Yes. Weston Sterzinger called for the foul. That's his first.
Number 2, Weston Sterzinger.
Second team foul on the Pirates comes at the 48-second mark here in the first quarter.
Number 15, Noah Elrington Slay. Returning for the Tornadoes, number 2, Bryce Rogo.
Logan Gooding checking back in.
4, Logan Gooding.
Isaac Garcia will take a seat. Gooding, Rogo. And a foul. No. Oh. Travel called on Rogo.
You got to love the student section.
Oh, absolutely.
Heckle him to death.
And over here in Sandusky, you got the awesome student section that's right on the end of the court.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, man. We need to get us one of those.
Noah Normington Slay into the game.
Now, do you think the student section is going to be a factor for Columbian coming down in the second half?
They're going to have to be. That's what they're here for. You got to be a factor. If you're going to be here, make some noise.
Oh, yeah.
Joey Diedrich drives to the paint, puts it off the glass, no. And a rebound grab by the Pirates. And the putback is not in time. That's the end of the first quarter. Perkins leading 15-9. We'll take a step aside. We'll come right back. You're watching high school basketball here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
Buckeye IT Services is a trusted partner for cybersecurity, fully managed and co-managed IT support. Municipalities, financial organizations, and mature businesses turn to them to eliminate IT stress and enable growth. Visit BuckeyeIT.com today to start your partnership.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Hoops on Hoos. And we're back here at Sandusky Perkins High School. Nate Mullins and Curtis Steele on the call with you. We got Greg Kinn on the ones and twos. Bailey Mullins on the overhead camera. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Coming out of that media timeout, Perkins leading Tiffin Columbian 15-9 as the Tornadoes will have the possession here to start the second quarter. Starting lineup back into the game for Tiffin Columbian here. You have Isaac Garcia, Brady Gooding, Bryce Rogo, Logan Gooding, and Zach Shawberry. Pirates starting five back onto the floor as well. Brady Gooding gives it off to Rogo, nearly had it stolen away. Garcia spots up from three, no good. And foul off the ball on Rogo, I believe. I think on that one, Joey Diedrich might be in the wrong room. I thought there was a play going on in the other room. His acting skills might be better suited over there.
Over in the auditorium?
I'm just saying, I mean, it barely even got touched. He flopped on the floor like a fish.
Look at that pass.
Oh, and unable to finish under the basket. As Brennan Kelsch, the last to touch it for the Pirates.
That was a close one there.
It really was.
I mean, if you're Perkins, man, that's a shot you gotta make.
Oh.
He wasn't very contested. Nice little reverse, but
Chance to go up by 8.
yeah.
Gooding, drive to the basket, put it off the glass and put it in, and draws the contact. Brady Gooding earns himself a trip to the line. Potential three-point play the hard way here.
Gooding to the line. Shooting one.
Brady Gooding toes the line. The Buckeye IT Services free throw line. And he got the three-point play.
I heard it in my head before you hit it.
15-12. Perkins on top by 3. Joey Diedrich, first team all-conference. Now Mikey Young for Kelsch. Left-handed runner, no good. Bowles is stripped, but they're going to get a foul on Isaac Garcia as he came down just a little too hard along the arm. A little arm bar there.
A little too much of the old schwack.
Yeah. Joey Diedrich looking to inbound. Mikey Young. Tim Bowles now with it at the elbow. Now Diedrich calls out the play from the logo, resets the offense in the half-court set. Diedrich, floater, no. Shawberry grabs the rebound for the Tornadoes. Garcia, Gooding for 3. Logan Gooding in and out.
And those are just really
Down the floor, Bowles. That's going to be an offensive foul, absolutely. Put his shoulder down and said, hey, I remember football, but this ain't football, buddy.
looking like Derrick Henry out there.
They did, absolutely. 15-12. Perkins on top. Tiffin Columbian with possession. 6:15 left to play here in the second quarter. Logan Gooding with it. Bryce Rogo under the basket. Nice find! Isaac Garcia with the finish. 1 point ball game.
Man, he was wide open there. I don't know if that was a miscommunication or they just didn't see him, but he snuck in there.
And I think Isaac Garcia can really capitalize on some opportunities here if he can take advantage of some of those open opportunities. Because they're going to leave him open here on a couple different opportunities. And Weston Sturzinger
just bullied his way to the basket.
That's exactly what that was. That was bully ball. Garcia loses it, but gets it back.
Wow.
What a heads-up play there by Isaac Garcia. Gooding. And that's going to be another foul on Tim Bowles. He's going to have to take a seat with those 2 fouls here in the second quarter. And that's big for Perkins because he's a defensive presence down there in the paint, man. Logan Gooding into the backcourt for Isaac Garcia. 17-14, Perkins on top by 3. Zach Shawberry drives it under the basket. Off of Sturzinger and out of, no, it stays inbound. Sturzinger with a save.
He's able to just shove that one right back in to his teammate there.
Isaac Garcia is going to get called for the foul.
That fouls on the Tornadoes, number 22, Isaac Garcia. His second.
And I mean, that's one thing we've seen a lot of tonight that we said from the start of the game. This is going to be a physical game. It's going to be like just really who wants it more. I mean, playoff basketball, win or go home. This is your last chance. I mean, sometimes you just got to put your body on the line.
I think the referees are kind of taking control of this one now. Air ball there. As Columbian, Shawberry up with the shot, put it up and in. Brennan Kelsch
right back down.
With the floater, got it to go. Gooding. Down to New Love. Back out to Brady Gooding.
You'd think there was a cherry tree at half court the way he's picking there.
Right? New Love, wide open, left corner 3, no. Diedrich with it for the Perkins Pirates. Into the forecourt now. Mikey Young all by himself, nobody there.
Man, he is a monster presence in the paint.
He's having too much fun with that.
Yeah, that's not the guy you want to leave open under the basket.
Uh-oh.
No foul. And Shawberry was thrown to the floor. Wow. Perkins gets a timeout when they didn't even have the possession. They threw it off of the leg of a tornado and called a timeout. But hey, they had it. And they get the timeout. Timeout's brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. 4:12 left to play here in the first half. And Perkins says, hey, let's calm things down a little bit, guys, all right? We're getting a little too feisty out there. Once again, timeout's brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore, one of our proud sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Folks, once again, if you're watching, you're going to have some issues with the Wi-Fi. I apologize. It's the weather. We've got a lot of storm coverage here, a lot of cloud coverage. If you're watching and you're having some issues with the feed cutting in and out, don't worry. When we get back, we'll upload the footage in its entirety. But for those of you watching and watching along with us, we thank you for bearing with us.
Mikey Young, man, he's like the Monstars from the original Space Jam. He is just out of this world slamming them down.
And a foul will be called.
That foul's on Tiffin, number 12, Jack Newlove.
On Jack Newlove. That's his first.
Returning to the game for the Pirates, number 12, Cash Cook.
Cash Cook checking into the game for Perkins. Mikey Young under the basket, stolen away. Bryce Rogo with the steal.
Great awareness there to not get it stolen back away.
Shawberry back to Rogo. Now Gooding driving. Stripped, but a foul. I don't think the Perkins faithful thought that was a foul, but hey, turnabout's fair game, I guess. Oh, there's going to be a shooting foul. Okay, so that'll put Brady Gooding at the line. 2 shots. Maybe that's why they were upset, because it's a shooting foul.
They said, hey now.
But he was in the process of gathering and bringing it back up, so. Brady Gooding knocks down the first of 2 shots at the Buckeye IT Services free throw line. Gooding, 2 for 2. Got them both.
And I mean, that's what we've been talking about all night, those free throws. That now puts Columbian, I mean, 3:40 left, not a lot of time, but that gives them a 3-point deficit, easy to come back from.
And you got to keep it close with these Pirates. Onto the basket, Young,
wow.
baseline, nearly lost it, but saves it.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Mikey Young, cross court. Cook.
Look at this ball movement.
Excellent. I mean, just playing the passing lanes perfectly here by the Pirates. Ooh, runner is no good from Brady Lagondo. Shawberry, skip pass under the basket. New Love, Gooding. Now Logan Gooding back to Brady. Spot up for 3. Bang!
Beautiful.
Brady Gooding ties it at 21 apiece.
He is a great shooter, man. That's wide open look. Those are the ones you got to be making. That's exactly what he did.
Brennan Kelsch, Mikey Young. Tied at 21 apiece, 2:30 to play here in the second quarter. Oh, what a nice little shot there from Levi Groot. Brady Gooding, shot, no, and a rebound. Grabbed by Gooding, he got the loose ball to New Love, off the glass and in! It's tied at 23 apiece!
Man, this is a great game here tonight.
Back and forth. Frenetic action here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Timeout's brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Folks, during this timeout, I want to remind you, this basketball game between Tiffin Columbian High School and Sandusky Perkins High School is being broadcast through the cooperation of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. The OHSAA is a voluntary nonprofit educational organization through which member schools work cooperatively to adopt the standards and regulations that guide their interscholastic activities. The upholding of these standards and the adherence to the regulations helps to provide more wholesome and educationally worthwhile activities for student athletes grades 7 to 12. Tonight's tournament game is one of many being played throughout the state of Ohio, leading to the state championship. The OHSAA reserves all broadcasting rights to this postseason tournament games.
I'll tell you what, that was a mouthful there, wasn't it?
It was. And I apologize, but I did skip this little paragraph, but we got to get back to the action here. That's a lot to try to get a broadcaster to say during a basketball game, but we want to make sure we get it while people are actually watching, not during the pregame or the postgame. Perkins Pirates out of the timeout, inside of 2 minutes to play. Sturzinger, three-pointer, no. Gooding grabs the rebound. And I'll tell you what, Tornadoes will live with that shot all day. Gooding, cross court, no good. As it goes out of bounds, it was last off of the Perkins Pirates. He was looking for his brother there in the corner, but Pirates said,
Let me put you in a little time machine real quick, Nate. Do you remember back in Columbian Stadium, Columbian's Arena, I guess, about 2 years ago, Columbian Norwalk, Logan Beeston, fade away, last second shot to win the game. That could be something very well. We see, I mean, here earlier in Perkins, Columbia versus Perkins early in the year, that game ended on a last second shot, so it may be something we see here tonight.
Absolutely. You know, if I'm Perkins' coach, I'd be upset with Groot after that shot because they didn't work the offense at all. He just came up and said, I like this shot, I'm going to take it. I mean, it was like 3 seconds into the possession.
Yeah, maybe he was feeling it, man. He was feeling it.
Hey, I tell you what, if you're a coach that tells your guys, if you see an open shot, you feel it, take it, you want to play for a coach like that, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Down to a minute to play, tied at 23. Garcia Blocked at the basket by Groot. Diedrich.
And they got to watch Mikey Young.
Now, I was just about to say, watch Young under the basket. Got to keep an eye on him because he has been a key factor here tonight with 11 out of the 23 points for the Pirates here.
I think you got to keep 2 eyes on him.
Yeah, for sure. Pirates, looks like they're trying to control this one for the final possession. Boy, don't you just love no shot clock in high school basketball?
Oh, yeah. There's no manipulating at all.
Diedrich nearly loses his footing, but gets it back. Excellent control there as Joey Diedrich looking for the screen. Now gives it to Groot. Groot to Mikey Young. Up at the shot. Got it to go. Look at the vertical on Mikey Young. I mean, you want to talk about going up the elevator shaft to go get that one? Wow. Mikey Young closes out the second quarter, giving the Pirates a 2-point lead, 25-23. We're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the halftime show, brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Legacy Federal Credit Union, your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Hoops on Hoos. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Ink is here for all of your printing and design needs. From reunions to small events, to business apparel and even vehicle lettering, they've got you covered. They make the gear that you make your memories in. Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Ink. Plastonite, where imagination meets innovation. Unleash your creativity with precision 3D printing. Your ideas, our expertise. Plastonite, your 3D printing partner. Keep it locked in. You're watching Hoops on Hoos.
All right, and we're back here, Pirates country, getting ready to start the second half. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. That halftime show presented by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. We want to thank them and all of our proud community-minded sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports before we get to the third quarter. I want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., First National Bank of Sycamore, Buckeye IT Services, Mullins Entertainment, Plastinite 3D Printing, 5-Star Maintenance, Studio Squared, Seitz Financial Services, Feasel's Frame and Collision, Carmie's Barbecue and Grill, and Jeffrey Shawberry Family Dentistry. All proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Getting set to start the second half. Mikey Young for the Perkins Pirates leading the way, leading all scorers with 13 points here tonight.
And how much does this one remind you of Friday night already?
Absolutely. Back and forth, frenetic action, fast-paced. It's exactly what you want to see in a tournament basketball game, right, Curtis?
Oh, yeah. I mean, this has really been a very electric game. And, man, Mikey Young, he is just a monster on the court. His vertical is like no other out there tonight.
I mean, the way he was jumping out of the gym. Whew. I mean, the fans were already bringing the roof off. I was afraid of him coming out, jumping straight out of the gym.
Well, that last point there before we went to halftime, TC knew what was going to happen. Everybody knew what was going to happen.
Nice feed.
And you still couldn't stop it.
Yeah. Mikey Young finds Joey Diedrich cutting to the basket, and the Pirates have a 4-point lead, 27-23. Garcia to Gooding. That's Logan. Now Garcia. Gives it to Bryce Rogo. Rogo over to Brady Gooding.
And we talked about, I mean, the Brogo connection, but now we're starting to see the Gooding connection.
That's right.
It's the only 1 year that we'll get to see it, but
Shawberry gets the little floater to go.
But man, it is looking like something special.
I was going to say, and I'm glad we do get to see it.
Joey Diedrich brings it into the forecourt for the Pirates. 27-25.
And honestly, as like Logan and Brady, it's got to be special. I mean, getting that 1 year to play with your brother varsity basketball, that's just chemistry and connection that you're not going to find in a lot of other places.
Sturzinger shot no good. Kelsch grabs the rebound.
Yeah, what a great job. Extending that arm, just reaching out and stealing that rebound.
Mikey Young out to Sturzinger. The length for Kelsch is definitely an issue.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't closest to the rebound. He just reached over and grabbed it.
I think Sturzinger might have had a little popcorn during halftime because he's had a hard time holding on to the ball here.
Shouldn't have had that popcorn.
The popcorn's pretty good, though. Not going to lie. Diedrich pulls up from three. No. Bowles grabs the rebound, puts it back up and in. Tim Bowles. And I tell you, Tiffin Columbian, that's one area where they really have got to find a way to be more impactful is on the defensive rebounding side of the ball. Keep the Pirates off the offensive glass. Don't give them those second chance opportunities. Gooding to Gooding. Isaac Garcia. Rogo. Shawberry thought about a three, gives it back to Rogo. Bryce Rogo kicks it out to Garcia. On the right wing, Garcia driving, spin move, puts it up off the glass. No. Shawberry with the putback.
Wow.
Nice defense by Joey Diedrich there, but I'll tell you, Zach Shawberry was heads up in the right place at the right time. He's got 6 points here tonight. Diedrich drives, puts the shot up, no good. Bowles grabs the offensive board. Once again, puts it up, no. Brady Gooding grabs the rebound, and he is fouled. As Brennan Kelsch will be called for the foul. Going a little too rough up for it.
And that's the physical aspect we've been talking about all night. I mean, this is a great game, man, and it's just going to be physical down to the wire, down to the end.
Tornadoes with the possession. Garcia to Rogo. Spending a lot of time in the backcourt here, guys. Come on, let's get this over. Garcia to Shawberry. Oh, what a drive to the basket. Tie game, 29 apiece.
You got to love when you can get up like that off the floor and just roll it right into the basket. You don't even really have to aim it.
When you talk about vertical, Zach Shawberry's got one heck of a vertical, but what helps him a lot is his length. The length of his arms and his legs. I mean, he really can get up there. And Brennan Kelsch puts the Pirates back up by 3. Bryce Rogo. Now Brady Gooding. Logan Gooding driving. Floater good. No on the shot. They're going to say foul was before the shot. Tim Bowles called for the foul. That's his 3rd.
Checking in the game, number 12, Cash Cook. And number 34, Levi Gross.
Levi Groot coming into the game, as is Cash Cook. Rogo to Gooding. Back out to Rogo. Bryce Rogo. Now Garcia at the logo with it. Brady Gooding driving. Shot off the glass. No, Shawberry. Actually, Groot grabs the rebound as he clears it out in front of Shawberry. Sturzinger. Cut off by Rogo. Now Young. Groot drives. Blocked by Shawberry. And that'll go back to the Tornadoes. As Bryce Rogo was absolutely, ran over on that one. No call.
Man, when he blocked that drive, it looked like he had a little bit of a brick wall badge in 2K. Not going anywhere.
Garcia brings it into the forecourt for the Tornadoes. 32-29. Tornadoes have a solid game plan here today, Greg, and that's slow the pace.
You have to against these Pirates.
You're absolutely right. You can't play back and forth. They'll just absolutely run out of the gym on you. And Gooding shot no good. It goes out of bounds.
Back to the Pirates, Joey Dietrich.
You have to slow this game down because if you go at the pace of the Pirates, that's what you see right there. You're kind of forcing shots a little early and you're not quite on target. You got to get things down to your speed and your momentum.
Gooding going to take a seat. Pirates have possession. 3 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. 32-29, Sandusky on top. Gotta be careful. It's Sandusky Perkins, not Sandusky. Don't want anybody getting upset. Sturzinger shot under the basket, no good. Rebound, no good. Young with the putback, no good. Give him 5 chances. Still can't capitalize.
Wow.
That looked a little like Friday night there in the 4th quarter near the end.
Yeah.
Just up. They got a little lid on the basket.
They've got to find a way to keep them off of the offensive glass. You can't keep giving them 3, 4, 5 opportunities at a basket. Dietrich on the right wing. Sturzinger. Back out to Dietrich at the logo. 2:22 to play here in the 3rd. Perkins on top by 3. First team all-conference, Joey Dietrich. Working on Jack Newlove. Groot sets the screen. And now Dietrich pulls it back. So let's reset. I don't like that look. Let's get another one. Dietrich drives, blocked by Shawberry.
Nice.
I'll tell you what, Dietrich did a lot of dribbling on that possession there as it goes out of bounds. You know, I love Joey Dietrich's game, but that just stalled the offense for 30 seconds there. Yeah. Like, you gotta move the ball. Get your other guys involved, you know?
I mean, we've seen it tonight. They can have great passing and great ball movement, and it's just why aren't we, you know?
Yes.
Checking for the Pirates, number 21, Sam Schweikert.
Sam Schweikert checking in. Schweinfruth. Shawberry.
Oh.
Had that one blocked.
Blocked right into a pass to his teammate.
Dietrich. Groot off the glass and in. Levi Groot. puts the Pirates up by 5.
Now it seems like Columbian's got to figure something out. I mean, as time's winding down here in the third, you don't want to give them
Jack Newlove!
You don't want to give them that big lead, that big stretch going into that fourth quarter. I mean, that's when the pressure really gets put on. Mistakes can happen. The nerves might get to be a little too much there, especially last night for some of these seniors. I mean, on either team, that could be going through their head. I mean, what if this is my last quarter of basketball?
Yeah,
you know?
And that's a big thought process to try to go through during a basketball game. And, I mean, you try to put that kind of stuff in the back of your head when you're going through it, but it's hard, especially for seniors right now. You might be pressing a little bit. You're right. Timeouts brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. And we'll take this time, and I want to tell you about our friends at Jeffrey Shawberry Family Dentistry. At Jeffrey Shawberry Family Dentistry of Tiffin, they make beautiful smiles a reality, providing a wide array of dental procedures including implant restorations, fillings, crowns, whitening, bridges, smile makeovers, veneers, teeth whitening, and many other services. Contact Jeffrey Shawberry Family Dentistry today to set up your initial consultation. Once again, one of our proud sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
I don't know about you, Nate, but when it comes to going to a dentist, I'd always rather go to like a family-owned business than one of these big corporate dentist places that don't care about you and don't treat you well.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to have a sponsor like that on board, somebody you can trust.
It really does make a difference. Mikey Young, set to inbound for the Pirates. Gets it back. Corner for three for Kelsch, no good. Shawberry grabs the rebound for the Tornadoes. That was a quick shot.
Yeah, I was going to say they weren't going slow that time, Nate.
Wow. These Pirates, I think, are just trying to keep Columbian off balance. You know, they're not predictable at all. They're very unpredictable. Oh, Gooding, no good on the shot.
That was looking like to be a crazy take there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Pirates so far have shown quickness and slowing the game down. But, you know, fast shots. You've seen it all from them here. Like you said, they're just trying to confuse them.
Joey Diedrich working on Jack Newlove. Diedrich, first team all-conference, trying to find some kind of room to work with, but Jack Newlove says, not in New Jack City. You ain't getting none of that.
Trying to take this one to the end of the quarter.
Mikey Young gives it to Levi Groot. Now Joey Diedrich at the logo. Down to 10 seconds. Diedrich got to make a move. Drives to the basket. Kick out, left wing three. No! Shawberry grabs it. And that's the end of the third quarter. Perkins on top by 3, 34-31. We'll take a step aside. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with the exciting fourth quarter of action right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Hoops on Hoos.
And we're back here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins and Curtis Steele here with you. Greg the Wizard Kinn on the ones and twos, and Bailey Mullins on the overhead cam. Thanks for tuning in here with us on the Pulse of the Buckeye State, Heart of Ohio Sports. We get set to start the fourth quarter of action here in this sectional semifinal matchup between the 7th seed Tiffin Columbian and the 6th seed Sandusky Perkins.
And as you guys said, this might be the last quarter here for some of these seniors. Who's it going to be?
I was going to say, one of these teams.
You know, as Travis Kinn here, down by 3 going into the fourth quarter, what do you think his thoughts would be? What would your thoughts be here if you're the coach?
You just got to tell your guys to play smart basketball. Don't make mistakes. Don't press. Don't turn the ball over when you need possessions. When you have to have a possession, whether you miss or make a shot, that's not important. Don't turn the ball over. You got to get back on the defensive end and make sure that you don't give up offensive rebounds. Those are the things I'd say are the most important. Don't worry about missing or making shots. 100%. Just play the game you know. Yes. Yeah. Zach Shawberry unable to convert on either free throw on that trip to the Buckeye IT Services free throw line.
We'll see how that affects the Tornadoes. I mean, when the game this close, those are just free throws that you got to be knocking down. And that's been a sore spot for this Columbian squad all season long, shooting just 55% from the free throw line. Mikey Young got it up and in. He is incredible.
Putting on a show here tonight. Young with 15 out of the 36 points for the Pirates. Jack Newlove picks up his dribble, gets it out to Brady Gooding. Now Isaac Garcia.
I think one thing we got to see from Columbia is a little bit more ball movement. They've had a little bit here and there, but Perkins has definitely been winning that category all night.
I feel like their sets call for ball movement at the beginning, and then it gets stagnant sometimes. Garcia, left wing three, off the side of the rim, no. And Groot grabs the rebound for the Pirates. Down the floor, Kelsch, put it up, put it in.
And this is kind of what we mentioned going in the fourth quarter. Perkins here starting to pull away. Columbia has really got to try to stop them here if they want to.
You can't press here. You just got to play your game. Gooding, shot no good, but that'll earn him 2 shots at the free throw line as he is fouled on his way to the basket.
I believe he is Columbian's best free throw shooter on the season, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
So, I mean, in this situation, this is the guy that you're going to want to go into the line.
Brady Gooding on the season, a 64% free throw shooter.
Oh, no, you jinxed him. How dare you.
Commentator's jinx.
And actually, Bryce Rogo is leading the team with a 70% free throw percentage, so he's second on the team, though. Gooding, unable to convert on either free throw, so 0 for 4 on their free throw opportunities here in the fourth quarter. You could have a 3-point ball game right now, but instead it's a 7-point lead for the Pirates.
And we kind of touched on it earlier, guys. They're shooting towards the student section, so you kind of wonder if that's in the psyche, getting in the mind down here.
Oh, absolutely. I beg your pardon. I said they were 55%. They're 58% on the season from the free throw line. But that has been an area of concern for this Tornadoes team throughout the season. Joey Diedrich, drive to the basket is cut off as Jack Newlove's going to get called for the foul.
5:48, Columbian has really got to try to step up, and they just got to play a little bit more defense. It's not like they're just giving open shots, right. But man, Mikey Young, he has just been avoiding the defender any way he can, getting around, hooking it, dunking it. He has just been a key factor for Perkins here in a nice ball game.
Young driving, pass stolen away by Jack Newlove. Down the floor for Gooding. Gooding into the paint, up with the shot. No, but he's fouled. Weston Sturzinger will be called for the foul. Brady Gooding goes back to the free throw line. Looking for some different results than the last time he was there.
Yeah, you can't go 0 for 6 down here.
Oh, especially now at this point. I mean, you got to get these points.
Yeah, running out of time here late in this game.
Brady Gooding. Oh. Did they put a lid on that basket?
I mean,
did they put a lid on that basket in between the third and the fourth quarter?
We need to look. We need somebody to go check. See if there's a net up there or something.
If you can see the student section here, they are mocking.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
One big thing.
And he knocks down the second of 2 free throws. It's a 6-point ball game here.
He says, do what you want. I'm still going to put it in your face.
Mm-hmm.
So put a lid on the basket, put a lid on those mouths.
Oh, I tell you what, Diedrich, he's used that off arm about as well as I've seen this year because he's so subtle with it. It's just so subtle. Sturzinger's shot, no good. Tipped out, and he grabs the loose ball. You want to talk about staying after it?
Oh, look at that.
Brady Gooding
I thought that was
with
out
the
of bounds.
steal. Under the basket for Shawberry. Shawberry shot, no good.
Oh, my goodness.
They're pressing, Greg, they're pressing. Timeout called. But I tell you, these Tornadoes are there. They're right there. They just got to play their game. Instead of trying to push and press, they've got to settle down and play their game. Settle back into that half-court set. Get the shots that you're looking for.
And I mean, that may be something that we've been talking about, the nerves. It could be just anxious. It could be, knowing that you're down like this, you just got it. You want to get back in the game, and sometimes that just affects the thought process.
38-32, Perkins on top of Tiffin Columbian. Let's use this time to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., First National Bank of Sycamore, Buckeye IT Services, Mullins Entertainment, Plastinite 3D Printing, 5-Star Maintenance, Studio Squared, Seitz Financial Services, Feasel's Frame and Collision, Carmie's Barbecue and Grill, and Jeffrey Shawberry Family Dentistry, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And folks, it's that time of year when you need to start thinking about your taxes. I mean, you got about a month and a half. So rather than stressing about it, just give our friends at Seitz Financial Services a call over in Upper Sandusky, one of our proud sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports, and also our accountant tax prep services here at Mullins Entertainment. So I'll tell you what, I couldn't do what I do without Dalton and the fine folks over there at Seitz Financial. So give them a call, set up your appointment today, get your taxes out of the way, get it done and over with, folks.
Man, what a game this has been tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Poke away, Steele, Shawberry into the paint, and it's stolen away.
Wow.
And Young was on the baseline when he poked it out of bounds. Logan Gooding checks into the game. Jack Newlove's going to take a seat.
Mikey Young said, not in my house, not tonight.
Right. Garcia looking to inbound. Logan Gooding over to Garcia, right wing, drives the baseline, spin move. Garcia off the glass with the left hand.
What a spin move.
Yeah.
Isaac Garcia says, I'm going to have a word on how my senior season comes to an end. Thank you very much.
Isaac Garcia or Kyrie Irving down there. Can't see from here.
Right?
So say there's making it happen and letting it happen, and he made that happen.
Well, you must be seeing double because there's 2 2s on that jersey, not 1. Diedrich to Sturzinger in the paint. Shot. Oh, what a shot by Weston Sturzinger. That's huge.
And that's one thing we talked about. I mean, they kind of just let him have it. I mean, sometimes you may just have to step in front, get the foul, and hopefully misses the free throws.
Well,
Garcia loses it. Diedrich back to Sturzinger. Off the glass and in. Garcia into the forecourt now. Gooding pops it from 3. Logan Gooding brings it back to a 5-point ball game.
Questionable call there.
I'm like, they've been bumping and grinding all game. You're going to call it now? Greg, this happened on Friday, too. They were playing physical the whole game, and then at the end of the game, they start blowing whistles on stuff that they were letting go for the whole game.
Yeah, that was an interesting whistle there.
Five-point ball game. Diedrich wanted that call. Mikey Young put it up. Oh, what a move by Mikey Young. Hit him with the...
Like you said before, the ability for him to just jump up the high, like he just rolls it right off the hand.
Garcia, wide open 3. No! Groot grabs the rebound. Sturzinger,
Look at that
Kelch,
movement.
Young, no! But he draws the foul. Mikey Young will go to the line for 2 shots.
Man, this
You know, if I'm Tiffin Columbian, though, anytime that guy goes to the basket, I'm fouling him. He's shooting 40% from the line on the season. Make him shoot him.
You can't let him have the easy ones.
Absolutely. Make him shoot from the line. And then that's the announcer's jinx going the other way, huh?
Man, this is...
Timeout called, Tiffin Columbian. 2:46 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Tornadoes trailing by 8. Travis Kinn wants to take a timeout, talk things over. And we still got a free throw coming after the timeout. Once again, timeout's brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Folks, I'm telling you, if you're still trying to get on board with us, you're watching this game. If you're a business owner and you're watching this game, you're welcome. This is free because of these community-minded sponsors, and you're not on this list. Ask yourself, why? Why are you not on this list? If you're a business owner and you're watching this broadcast for free, why aren't you on this list? Because you'd be hearing about your business right now. But instead, we're talking about all these other great community-minded businesses here on Heart of Ohio Sports. But hey, if you want to get on board, plenty of time. We just started tournament basketball. Send us a message on the Facebook page. You can email us, hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com. And he knocks both of them down. Bang.
Man, Perkins got the silly putty right now with the lead. They're just stretching it and pulling it.
That's it. That's right. That's what happened on Friday as well. Logan Gooding spots up for 3. No. And the rebound grabbed by Sturzinger.
Did you see the height he had when he went up to get that rebound?
Oh, yeah.
He looked like he was 2 people tall. And he was the only one up that high.
Diedrich to Young. Oh, and he chunked the dunk. Kelsch. Shot up and in.
2 minutes, Columbia's.
Once again, the second chance opportunities are really what's doomed this squad so far.
More shots just being forced like you talked about, Nate.
Well, now at this point, you almost have to. And Groot takes the feed and puts it up and in. And this one's getting away from the Tornadoes here. Logan Gooding, no good on the 3. And the Pirates grab the rebound.
You got to be able to get those rebounds on those shots, though.
Mikey Young.
He learned his lesson there.
Yeah.
He said, instead of trying to slam it down, I'll just roll it in.
21 points for Mikey Young here tonight. Gooding mauled on his way to the basket, but they don't call the foul.
And this is just getting cool.
And the Willard coaches are making their exit now.
Yep. They've seen all they need to see here tonight.
Returning to the game Tornadoes number 3, Mitch Stuffy.
That's all right. I can't wait to see what this Pirates team does when they have to travel to Willard. Whew. That Willard squad, I'm telling you what, right now, they're a buzzsaw.
It's going to be
That is a buzzsaw. And I haven't seen very many teams keep up with them this year.
Perkins really just played a great game tonight.
They
Their
really
transition has been great. They've been playing fast basketball, and it's really been what's giving them the upper hand here over Tiffin Columbian tonight.
It's a lot of the same thing that we saw on Friday night. A very close game most of the way through. But Perkins has the ability to stretch it out there at the end of the game and close it out. Got the first one to go there, did he?
And Groot knocks them both down.
I mean, it's never say never, but down this much here in the fourth quarter with a minute left.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do here as a Tornado, and it's all they got to do. But man, this really was a great game here.
Yeah. It just come down to the end when you got to start taking those wild shots, and if you're not making them, not getting the rebounds, you're just giving the other team the points.
Yeah. When this game was closer, there was a strategy. But when it gets out to a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter and it's less than 4 minutes, you have to start shooting some of these shots.
Absolutely.
It's just you got to start taking quicker shots in the shot clock or in the possession because you don't have much time left.
Right. You have to take those shots and you have to hope that they fall. And unfortunately for the Tornadoes, they did not fall here late in this one.
And the seniors will stay on the floor, at least for the time being, and I think that's going to be very short-lived.
So I know we saw some Pirates switch out here, and looks like we got some Tornadoes switching up.
And that'll be the last time that Bryce Rogo, Isaac Garcia, and Brady Gooding see the floor for the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes as their senior season comes to an end here in Pirates country.
Really, what a great game Perkins has played tonight. They have played some fast, physical basketball, and it's really just been it's what ultimately gave them the win here tonight.
Absolutely. And I guess Columbian's going to have to wait until baseball to see if they can beat the Pirates this season. Otherwise, these Pirates are going to have a season sweep over the Tornadoes in all three major boys sports here this year. Deshaun Russell with the behind-the-back steal. Shot up, no good. But a foul on the shot by Blake Miller will put him at the free throw line. Into the game for Tiffin Columbian. Some reserves now. As Deshaun Russell, I mentioned, he's into the game now. As is Blake Miller, number 13. Owen Hickey, number 11. Number 23, Logan Smith. And number 50, Bradley Willman. Miller
got that first one, see if he can get both of them.
Unable to convert on the second. Willman gets the rebound, and it's blocked by the 6'6" Noah Normington Slay.
This sounds like an NFL player every time you say his name.
Tommy called him the law firm.
The law offices of Normington and Slay. Love that name. We're just playing hot potato here. Is that what we're going to do? Well, no. Try a little
Russell with the poke away. And it's going to stay with the Pirates. 25 seconds left to play here in the ball game. Some more substitutions here as Dalen Brandeberry checking in, as is number 14, Braden Egbert. And I believe
31,
that is Jax Diamantopoulos, yes. And a travel called against the Pirates. Tornadoes will fall to 9-14 on the season. The Pirates moving on to the sectional final, which will be played in Willard this Friday night.
That was a nice pass there.
It was. Brandeberry with the feed, but unable to finish there is Braden Egbert. And that's going to do it. Your final score, Sandusky Perkins 54, Tiffin Columbian 40. We're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll come back with the postgame show. We'll wrap things up here from Perkins High School. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
And we're back here in Perkins High School. Nate Mullins, Curtis Steele, and Greg Kinn on the call with you here today. We also had Bailey Mullins running the camera for us tonight. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. You're tuned in here on the postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Now, this was one heck of a ball game all the way through three quarters. But Greg, just like what happened last Friday, these Pirates, they turned it on in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely.
And they just said, this is our time. We're gonna turn on the afterburners. We're gonna take this one home. And that, I mean, it's just inevitable with this Pirates team. If they want to take it, they're gonna take it.
Yeah, I mean, we watched this one all the way through the first three, and during the break we said, man, this looks awfully familiar to Friday night, and that made us a little nervous. I said, is Perkins going to be able to do the same thing they did? Or has Columbian got the answer for him? And Perkins, man, like you said, Nate, they kind of brought it out here tonight, confused Columbian, brought a couple different looks, kept them off balance, and then here at the end they just pedaled to the metal, finished that one out.
Absolutely right, Greg. Curtis, I want to get your thoughts here tonight because, I mean, you're a senior with a lot of these seniors on this squad, so I know you know exactly how much this means to these guys on this team and how they've been through a lot over the last 4 years with this squad. Talk about, as a student, going to school with some of these guys, perspective a little bit for some of the people that might be watching. These guys are probably some of the most stand-up guys in this community, and they're wearing it hard tonight.
Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that some people don't realize about the student athletes is the amount of dedication, the amount of time. I mean, these guys are busting their butts. They're in the gym for practice 2 hours a day. They're at home shooting. They're at the Y. They're playing pickup. They are giving everything they can to this team, and it's just something that goes unnoticed. And these guys are great guys. I mean, most of them are playing other sports in college, so this is going to be the last time on the basketball court, but they help out in the community. They're faces that people know. I mean, they're out on the football field. They're great people, and it really sucks when you have to see a game like this. I mean, when your heart drops like that, because, I mean, I know the feeling. Once you're done with the senior season, the heart drops, and you're just like, wow, I mean, this is really it. Like, I'm done, and it's a crazy feeling, and I just can't imagine what these players are feeling right now, especially for a game that was so close to drift away, and to just them just close their eyes on the rest of the season, and it's got to be disappointing there.
I know, and it's you have to have some perspective when you consider the season ending tonight. It hurts. It's bitter. It really stings. But if you take a step back for just a moment, have a little bit of perspective, the accomplishments that this senior class has been able to put in the Tiffin Columbian record books, the accolades that come with this senior class, I mean, a lot of postseason experience here with this squad. Nothing to hang their heads about this season. It just got away from them towards the end of the year. And I think next year, you're going to see a lot more. You're going to see this squad with a lot more experience, because some of these younger guys, they're going to get a chance to come up and shine. Obviously, Zach Shawberry is going to be a leading contributor for this team. You're going to have guys, Mitch Steffi, another junior, who's going to come up and play some key minutes. And they're going to look to Logan Gooding, who, as a freshman this year, got some really key minutes, played a lot, and had some big contributions for this squad, had 11 points here tonight, and got the first start of his career here in the postseason. So, that's just the start of what's going to be a storied career for Logan Gooding. And I look forward to this squad making some noise next year. And I don't know, I'm not going to put any numbers on what expectations or anything like that. But all I know is this squad, this senior squad, they left an impression on me. They left an impression on Tiffin Columbian faithful. And they got nothing to be ashamed of here tonight.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, this might be a little biased because I'm from the senior class, but this, all around, this has got to be one of the most athletic classes to ever come through Columbian. I mean, the senior squads on, almost all sports teams, they're just good.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's just a raw talent that was in this year that has just been unmatched in recent years. I mean, you've had a couple great players stand out. I mean, like Logan Beeston, for instance. He was a great basketball player, one of the best to ever do it in Columbian history, if not the best. And he was great, but you got to look at the senior class as a whole this year when you got some great athletes in every sport.
Absolutely. And, these senior athletes, they're going to look forward to baseball now, or track, depending on, or in Isaac's case, he's just going to look forward to mowing some yards and doing some landscape with Dad. I mean, now it's AAU ball for some of these guys, but, for the seniors, it's perspective. You got to have a little bit of perspective. Take a step back, think about this as a whole. Don't try to put it into,
Yeah, this is just a game.
Yes,
it's
just one game.
Your life.
This isn't anything that you need to take with you for tonight. But as a senior, just have some perspective and think about your career as a whole and all the accolades that you've been able to accomplish throughout your career. I want to give some credit and obviously shine a spotlight on these seniors as they wrap up their career here with Tiffin Columbian. First team all-conference selection, Brady Gooding, a unanimous selection for first team all-conference, as well as you also had senior Isaac Garcia, honorable mention as well. And then also Bryce Rogo, another key contributor for this Tiffin Columbian squad. All seniors, and all will be fondly remembered when we look back on their careers here at Tiffin Columbian.
Absolutely.
Guys, any final thoughts here before we wrap things up? I mean, just to touch on a little bit here what Curtis was saying about the seniors, not just being great athletes, but being great people, Nate. And if you want to go back and take a look at that little senior spotlight video we did, you get to see some of that. You get to see some more of their personalities. And, man, these are some great kids. They really are. Yeah, absolutely right. And that's a great point, Greg. If you haven't already, folks, take some time. Go back and watch what we put together, what Greg put together, the senior spotlight video we did this past Friday night. It's incredible. We posted just the video by itself. You can go back to our Facebook page. You can find that video uploaded in its entirety. And just take some time, get to know these seniors, not just on the basketball squad, but obviously the cheerleaders as well. So big-time performance by all the seniors this season. But this Tiffin Columbian squad, they've got a lot to be proud of this year and nothing to hang their heads about. And they're just going to look forward to their next season. The next thing that's on the docket for this team, or for this senior squad, obviously, baseball on the horizon, track on the horizon. Brady Gooding, all-state track athlete, a record holder at Tiffin Columbian. And then, obviously, Bryce Rogo going to get set to play some baseball. And we're excited to get on the call for that one, Greg, are we not?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, chomping at the bit for baseball.
It's like baseball may be done, but they're not done quite yet.
That's right.
We're going to get to see him in action some more before this year ends.
That's absolutely right. All right, Curtis, any final thoughts, man?
This was really just a fun game to watch, and I'm glad you guys brought me on tonight. This was a really fun game, but just devastating. It's something that really you hate to see, but there's not much they could do. After the fourth quarter when Perkins pulled away, you had a great game from Mikey Young. Man, he's special. He's an incredible athlete, man.
Yeah, he really is. Put on a performance here tonight, 21 points.
He threw it down tonight. There's no doubt about
it. A couple
that.
times.
Impressive.
There wasn't no lid on their basket because he broke it. All right, let me take one more time and thank our sponsors before we wrap things up here tonight. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., First National Bank of Sycamore, Buckeye IT Services, Mullins Entertainment, Plastinite 3D Printing, 5-Star Maintenance, Studio Squared, Seitz Financial Services, Feasel's Frame and Collision, Carmie's Barbecue and Grill, and Jeffrey Shawberry Family Dentistry. All proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And folks, those are tournament sponsors. And if you want to be a tournament sponsor, send us a message on Facebook. Send us an email, hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com, or you can just give us a call, 567-207-5041, to get on board with the winning team here at Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
I was going to say Columbian may be done, but we're not.
That's right. We are definitely not done. We got more basketball coming to you live from Fostoria High School this Thursday as we got Tiffin Calvert district semifinal action here as they take on the Cary Blue Devils, the #1 seed in the Northwest 2 District in Division 4 in the Elida region for Tiffin Calvert once again this Thursday right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. That's a district semifinal. And then on Friday, tune in right here as we'll have Tiffin Calvert basketball once again, this time the boys in action, as they'll be taking on the winner of the, I believe it's Gibsonburg North Baltimore, but don't quote me on the other. I know it's Gibsonburg because I imagined that would be the opponent that they'll be facing, but I hate to do any kind of assumptions and upset any other team out there might be listening and saying, hey, he's already counted us out. But we also will be possibly covering another game that night. We're keeping our eyes on the Old Fort New Regal games that are happening tonight, or I'm sorry.
Happen on Friday.
Happen tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yep, sorry.
And we'll be keeping an eye on those games because if Old Fort and New Regal both win, we'll be there to cover that game live at Old Fort this Friday, so we'll have 2 streams going simultaneously. That's right, folks. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first. The X stream will be making its appearance once again right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, as we'll have 2 streams for you this Friday night. And then if Tiffin Calvert were to win on Thursday, well, they play for the district championship, and we'll cover that on Saturday live from Fostoria High School. So we've got a lot of basketball still coming up in the pipeline here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Stay tuned as we'll keep you updated on everything that's coming up. But as for tonight, I really want to thank you guys for joining me on the broadcast here tonight. Curtis, outstanding job once again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Greg, as always, my partner, you do an outstanding job, man, and I just can't thank you enough for everything you do. And Bailey, thank you so much for filling in tonight. We couldn't find a camera operator, and my son Bailey's like, anytime you need somebody, I'm there. And look at him. He's right here filling in for us. I couldn't be more proud of my son here tonight, doing a great job on camera and really helping us out when we needed help. So thank you to Bailey Mullins. Thank you, all you guys, for joining us here on the broadcast. And once again, wrapping things up, final score, Sandusky Perkins 54, Tiffin Columbian 40. The Pirates moving on to face the Willard Crimson Flashes this Friday night at Willard High School in the sectional final matchup. All right, for Greg Kinn and Curtis Steele and Bailey Mullins, I'm Nate Mullins, signing off from Perkins High School. Once again, your final score, 54-40, Perkins on top, moving on here in the OHSAA tournament. Have a great night, everybody. You've been watching Heart of Ohio Sports.